So, one of the questions I sometimes get about nervous system work, this deep work, is how can you tell when it's working? And often my response is that you will find rather than just thinking differently or having to manage stuff, that you will very naturally have a different response and experience to a situation. And it's when you catch that difference that you're like, something has shifted, something has changed. And I wanted to give a personal example of this just to bring it to life today. So, in the process of preparing to launch this certification, lots of pieces, things, aspects of me have come up. Many of them I thought I'd already dealt with, like, why is this here again? Um, but just sort of to show me where my work is. And one of those pieces was around this fear of being seen and being visible to a larger number of people and putting myself out there. And the first layer that came up around that was that people were going to realize that I'm not very nice. It really tapped into that mother wound. But then once we got down to the bottom of that, the real fear that sat underneath was that people were going to think I was shit or a fraud or who does she think she is? And in challenging the status quo, because here I am saying that like normal therapy qualifications, normal coaching qualifications are insufficient, in challenging the status quo, I would be annihilated. And this took me back to a memory of being an early teen, telling a family member to fuck off and being pinned down and having my mouth washed out with soap. So there were all of these fears within my system. Now, what I didn't do in my session with my coach was simply intellectualize them and bring it to the surface or talk it through. I really allowed myself to go through that entire process of embodied transformation. So I created awareness around the thing that was still there. I felt into the sensations in my body. I looked into the shadow, the inner child, the younger parts of me. We alchemized all of it. I felt it. I felt that fear. I allowed it. And then I moved into that space of self-repair of, okay, well, but if this stuff does come up, if this is what people think of you, then how would you respond? And from that place, having worked through all of those pieces, it was like the response to my coach was instant. I was like, well, I would first of all look at, does this person have a point? Like, you know, am I shit? Am I a fraud? Like, to like really deeply look at, okay, but is there any truth in this that I need to look at? Is there anything that I need to do differently? And then regardless of the answer to that question, I would still love and trust and back myself. Now, yesterday I had the beautiful opportunity to experience this in real life because I received those questions, like not in a negative way, not in a judgmental way, not in a criticism way, but just someone like genuinely asking, like they were curious, like they really wanted to test what work had I done and why was I doing the certification and was it legitimate for me to do the certification and what would it mean for them? And in that process, I met that version of me that had been released in that previous coaching session. And I was able to hold the space and answer the questions and to really deeply feel and hold my ground as well. Like my work isn't going to be for everyone. If you want a like accredited, approved, system approved certification that's going to look, your friends and family are going to think you're like some big deal because you've been accredited by some governing body. My certification is not going to be for you. If you want to do work that actually is going to make a difference, allow you to be in your body, grow your business, make more money, be visible, take amazing care of yourself, and actually support your clients in a decent way, then the certification is going to be for you. And at the same time, this is the first time I've done it. Like, I know the vision, I know the vision for the Holistic School of Awakening, right? I know that this will grow, that the people that go through the certification will become the facilitators of the future. There will be a directory where people can go to be like, who are the people who have actually done this work, who know how to hold me because they have done the work and they know how to hold themselves. This is going to be a global school. I am building a global consciousness brand. Right now, it's right at the start. So those people who are coming in are already sufficiently connected to their bodies and their intuition to feel that this is what they want. And they've got that capacity within them to trust the space, right? I have had to work through that stuff in order to get to here. Now, I didn't go and hide and try and do all of my healing work first because that is not how this works. When you are drawn to make a difference to people, when you know that you are here with a mission, with a vision, with stuff that is going to shift the paradigm, and shifting the paradigm means that people aren't going to like it because you're going against the status quo. And even when the status quo leaves people sick, depressed, anxious, checked out. Look out there, guys. You don't have to look very far, right? Even when something is challenging that status quo, it's still going to be uncomfortable for people because that is their normal. That is the paradigm that they are in. So when you know that you are here as a paradigm shifting leader, you have to have the capacity to hold people not liking the fact that you are here to disrupt the paradigm. And we don't do this in secret. We do this through the practice of our business, through the practice of our work, right? The business becomes part of the healing process. You don't have to go out there and look for stuff. I don't sit there and be like, oh, what is it that I need to work on this week? It comes and finds me. It reveals itself. It shows itself to me, right? And this is the beauty of this work. We don't need to wait until we're in a certain place. It all goes together in tandem. Our clients heal us. The places where we fuck up with our clients heals us. The things that go well heals us. The things that we learn from heals us. Right? It's all part of this beautiful process. And this is why the certification is set up the way it is, because we're doing this deeper work on you at the same time that you learn to hold it for other people. Because if you haven't done it for yourself, if you can't be present, if you can't feel this work in your body, if you can't allow yourselves to move through these patterns, your clients might get surface level results, but they're never going to go from that place of, I am terrified that if I put myself out there, I'm going to be annihilated and I'm going to be criticized, to less than a month later, someone bringing all of that stuff to you and you feeling so powerful and confident and strong and embodied in who you are and what you came here for, that not only does it not knock you, but it gives you more confidence. It activates you even more because it's even more clear why what you do is so important. Because I don't need to ask anyone permission to make decisions because I trust myself. I feel into my body. I know what I want. When my body says yes, I move. And that is a superpower. So if this is resonating, if you want to understand more the steps of embodied transformation, go to the comments or the link in my bio, download the free Art of Embodied Transformation Masterclass. If you are ready to join the certification, if your body says yes and you are ready to trust your body, come and join the certification. You will find the information below. Don't know when you're going to watch this video. Also thinking we'll put this out as a podcast. But the first official curriculum call is the 7th of May. We have an intro call on the 30th of April, which is today on the time of recording this. And doors will close towards the end of May. And then you will not be able to join the 2026 cohort. You will have to wait until 2027. So you can wait, or you can do this work now alongside your life and all of the rest of it so that you are in a position to do what you came here to do without collapsing, without overgiving, without draining yourself, and without abandoning any parts of who you are. So if you've got any questions, come and speak to me. Those of you who are joining, can't wait to see you this afternoon. And I wish you all a beautiful day. It's time for me to go on a 2-hour dog walk because that is what my life affords me at 9:30 on a Thursday morning. Ciao for now.